Here we can see the small intestine in context with the other abdominal organs. Isolating the small intestine, we can see the three regions. The proximal region of the small intestine is called the duodenum. It's a short C-shaped region. The middle region of the small intestine is called the jejunum, and the distal region of the small intestine is called the ileum. The ileum connects to the large intestine, and at the boundary between the two is the ileocecal valve. Next, let's take a look at the wall of the small intestine, because there are many modifications that work to increase the surface area of this organ. One of those modifications is the folding of the mucosa that we can see here. Those folds are called the plica or the plica circularis. Additionally, if you take a look at the free surface of the mucosa, you can see all of these finger-like extensions jutting into the hollow lumen. Those are villi. Taking a closer look at the mucosa, we can see a few villi, and you might notice that each villus is covered with simple columnar epithelial tissue with goblet cells, that the lamina propria that's inside of each villus has its own blood supply, its own capillary bed, its own lymphatic vessel. This is where nutrients can be absorbed. And I'm noticing that in between the villi are these pores. Those pores lead into pit-like glands called intestinal glands or intestinal crypts. One thing that we can't notice on this picture is if you get close enough to the simple columnar epithelial tissue coating the villi, there are actually microscopic villi on those cells. So in other words, there are villi on the villi. Okay, so microvilli are villi that extend from the villus. So you can see the extent of the modifications within the small intestine that increase its surface area. There are other regional modifications that are present in the small intestine, like in the duodenum, there are many mucus glands. Makes sense because the mucus can protect the small intestine from the acidic chyme coming in from the stomach. And then also in the ileum, there are numerous lymph nodes that are present in the lamina propria. Those clusters of lymph nodes are known as Peyer's patches, and their presence makes sense too, since we might ingest pathogens or microbes. We have an army of lymph nodes waiting to attack any foreign invader.